what is mechanical energy and the potential energy part of it. Let's now discuss the kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy?
Energy possessed by body due to state of motion.
Yes. So kinetic energy is energy possessed by the body of this state of meaning all moving bodies are capable of doing work. Correct? So like what?
Car.
So car, when it hits somebody, then that's when you'll realize how much kinetic energy it has. Right? If it hits somebody walking ahead of the car, you will just fly in the air. Okay? So that's what it is.
Gun.
Huh?
Gun. Bullet.
No, bullet. So it becomes very destructive example, right? All the projectiles, all the war, it's basically potential energy getting converted into kinetic and then destruct. It's play of energy only.
Exactly.
Everything is a play of energy. Everybody wants to be powerful. Okay? So जिसके पास जितना ज़्यादा energy bank है, that's why this war is going out throughout the world to exercise power, to have, possess more and more energy resources, right? So the more energy resources you have, more powerful country you are. So now the prosperity of the country is also measured in terms of how much per capita energy is spent by the dwellers of the nation. Okay, that's how the development or development index of the country is measured these days. How much per capita energy is spent. So if you look at US and all, if you look at Indian energy expenditure, there's a sea change. They're way below. So we are a developing nation. Huh?
So US is also bigger in landmass.
No. Matlab, if you, okay, people living per square meter is much less there. That way. They have a population of only 300 million, right? 350 million.
Yes.
What about ours?
1.5,
1500 million. How much?
1500. So about 5 times.
1500 million, right? And when we held the event at Prayagraj, 66 crore, 660 million people came and went back in a period of 30 days. So, yeah, about 45 days. So, which means, look at the density that we have handled. Twice the size of US came and went back in a month. So, capability wise, we are good, but becomes little geopolitical. Okay, so let's restrict ourselves to physics discussion. Otherwise, we'll just drift somewhere else. Because it is energy discussion, so you cannot avoid geopolitics. Right? All the war, the reason is energy and resources. Okay. So kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its state of motion. Right? So the expression is half mv square. Any object moving with velocity v has kinetic energy half mv square. So let us derive it. So how can we derive this expression? How energy comes in the body?
Velocity.
How energy comes in the body? When work is done.
Yes.
So let us say there is a body at rest. The body of mass m is at rest, right? Now let us say some force is applied on it. Okay, till a displacement of s. So here its velocity was 0 and the force was applied. So obviously it will develop acceleration because force is applied. So its velocity will change. Let us say the final velocity is v. Understood? Force applied on a body, okay, at rest changes its velocity to v. So now it is a moving body right now. Okay. So what is the work done? So kinetic energy. So work done on the body. Okay. So kinetic energy on the body is equal to work done on the body at rest to change its velocity to v. बराबर है? अपने आप तो v हो नहीं जाएगा, कुछ वर्क करना पड़ेगा, धक्का वक्का देना पड़ेगा उसे, ठीक है ना? So therefore kinetic energy क्या हो जाएगा? So kinetic energy, the symbol is k, just k. Just like it has capital U, this is capital U. Correct? No issues here because energy आता ही कैसे है बॉडी में? क्योंकि वर्क किया उसके ऊपर. So now you have what? Force into V. भाई horizontal है, displacement है इसमें. Fs है.
Fs is mgh. Fs is mgh.
And what is F? Ma. What is S?
Ms. Mass.
The third equation of motion. What is S?
S equal to u because of it is square.
इसमें टाइम नहीं है. Displacement and velocity है. V U S S T.
square plus 2a.
क्या होगा? V square minus U square upon
A.
ये होगा? Correct?
Yes.
ये होगा ना? ये कट हो गया. क्या बच गया? हाफ M minus U square. भाई क्या हो गया?
U is zero.
U is 0.
Yes. U square. So this is a general experiment. Kinetic energy. So ये क्या change in kinetic energy is equal to what is it? Final kinetic energy minus initial. If the body was at rest, then U becomes 0. But if the body was moving with some velocity U, then the change in kinetic energy is, let's take this. Initially the body was moving. Let's say I'm walking. I'm walking, so I have some initial speed. Now somebody comes running from behind and pushes me. Now I have a different velocity.
Yes.
Then this is a formula. Then what do I get? This formula is
Half and
change in kinetic energy, delta K. Now this is my change in kinetic energy.
change in kinetic.
Okay. So this is also called work energy theorem. Now initially, case 1, if body is at rest, okay. So okay, keep it simple, right? Let's keep it 0 so that you get this expression first. Okay. And then you already have this step.
So can derivation be asked?
No? Now it will not be asked. What if it comes? क्या करोगे? ठीक है. So this will give you K is equal to half mv square. Why? Since U is 0. Since U equal to 0. ठीक है? But in general, if U is not equal to 0, then now that we know is kinetic energy is half mass of the object into square of velocity. So therefore, change in kinetic energy is equal to. So what is this? This is actually work done. M V square minus R M U. So whatever work is done on a moving body, okay, it changes its kinetic energy. This is what it means. Okay, this is K final minus K initial, which is delta. Okay, therefore delta K is equal to. So this is called work energy theorem. This is called work energy theorem. So whatever work is done on a horizontally moving body, it will change its kinetic energy. Just like when the position is changed, which energy is changed? Gravitational potential energy.
Yes.
Okay, very similar logic. But out in case of gravitational potential energy, there is no motion as such. What is at rest here? Change position, now it has energy. Here the bodies are in motion. Is that clear?
Yes.
So now that we have understood what is gravitational potential energy and what is kinetic energy, there is some deviation. Let us say, so some modification. This is so from here. Let us say the body was initially at height h1. So mass is n. Then it is taken or raised to h2. Okay. So, what was the potential energy here? What is the potential energy here? Okay. So, what is the change in potential energy?
R mg h2 minus h1.
So, it will be mg h2 minus h2. So, these kind of questions might come. Okay. What is the change in potential energy? So, it will be only difference in the heights. h2 minus h1. That's the only height difference. Okay. So, having understood the basic concept, so this is all that is there in this chapter, right? So, now relationship between kinetic energy and momentum. You've noted it down, right? This part.
Yes, sir.
So, this could be modified to body at rest or in motion. So, that will become initial velocity. Okay. So, this is a special case in which we are actually applying force to a body at rest. इसको रेस्ट और मोशन कर सकते हो to make a general case. ठीक है? समझ आ गया? Okay. Next is relation between kinetic energy and momentum. Again, so kinetic energy is K, and momentum is P. Right? It is small p, right? Momentum is small p. So what is the formula for K? Since K is equal to 1 by 2 mv square. Right? And what is P? mv. So you can do 1 by 2 mv whole square divided by m. Can you do this? Multiply and divide by m. Okay, multiply and divide by m कर दिया हमने, तो mv whole square by m, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? mv is a square, ये रिलेशन है, तो इसका मतलब p कितना आ गया? So there may be some question where momentum and kinetic energy is involved. So you can use one of these relations. Since P is equal to mv. Momentum is product of mass and velocity. ये तुमने पढ़ा हुआ है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे तुम रीजन लिख सकते हो मल्टीप्लाई एंड डिवाइड बाय m. ठीक है, मल्टीप्लाई एंड डिवाइड बाय m करने से हमको m को हमने अंदर ले लिया. ठीक है, बाकी सब इसके अंदर थ्योरी है. So always potential energy किस में कन्वर्ट होती है? काइनेटिक एनर्जी. ये चीज याद रखना. ठीक है, कन्वर्जन ऑफ पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इनटू काइनेटिक एनर्जी, वो इसने यहाँ पे बताया. जो स्प्रिंग रिलीज करने वाला एग्जांपल, जैसे स्प्रिंग रिलीज करोगे जो भी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इसमें है वो क्या हो जाएगा? इट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ द बॉल. ठीक है, ये कन्वर्ट. ठीक है ना. अब हमको डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स ऑफ एनर्जी और उसका कन्वर्जन पढ़ना है. तो कितने टाइप के एनर्जी फॉर्म्स हैं? मेन 7. अब सोलर एनर्जी बोल रहा है, तो सोलर एनर्जी भी कहाँ से आ रही है? लाइट. वो भी लाइट का ही पार्ट है सोलर एनर्जी. ठीक है. देन हीट एनर्जी. हीट एनर्जी कब आती है? When you burn anything. अच्छा, तुम लोग लिख रहे हो, लिख लो, फिर डिस्कस करें. ये सब 9th में पढ़ा है तुमने, अगर पढ़ा है तो उसके अंदर ही रहो. डिग्रेडेड अनयूजफुल फॉर्म, ये चीज रिपीट है 9th का पूरा. मोमेंटम एंड काइनेटिक एनर्जी डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल. सेम न्यूमरेटर है ना तो, लेकिन डायरेक्टली नहीं है. मोमेंटम इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ काइनेटिक एनर्जी, नॉट डायरेक्ट. मतलब डायरेक्ट में स्क्वायर रूट के साथ. मतलब ये हुआ काइनेटिक एनर्जी बढ़ेगा तो मोमेंटम भी बढ़ेगा, बिकॉज़ काइनेटिक एनर्जी डिपेंड्स ऑन v, मोमेंटम आल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन. ओके. So what are different forms of energy? There are some 12 form given to you, but ये 12 form derivative है 7 main form. ठीक है, जैसे सोलर भी लाइट से ही आया है. तो हीट एनर्जी कैसे निकलती है? केमिकल से. केमिकल से. Whenever you burn any substance, तो हीट प्रोड्यूस होती है. So that is heat energy. Light energy तो है ही. ठीक है. So light energy is something. अब लाइट एनर्जी हमेशा बर्निंग से नहीं होती है. ठीक है, लाइट एनर्जी इज नॉट ऑलवेज ड्यू टू बर्निंग. अभी यहाँ पे बर्निंग तो नहीं हो रहा, बट लाइट एनर्जी समथिंग दैट हेल्प्स अस सी थिंग्स.
सर मैग्नेटिक एनर्जी कैसे रहता है?
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिज्म, दोनों एक दूसरे. देखो लाइट में व्हाट इज लाइट? लाइट इज अ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव. राइट. इट हैज बोथ इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी एज वेल एज मैग्नेटिक एनर्जी. सो दे आर ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स, दे गो टुगेदर. Okay, they complement each other. Changing electric field produces changing magnetic field, and changing magnetic field produces electric field. ठीक है, आने वाला है वो सब आएगा. So then you have chemical or fuel energy. What is chemical energy?
Energy stored in chemicals.
Battery.
Now only to buy fossil fuels, such as coal, that's a chemical.
Correct. So when you are burning basically any substance, so what is happening? See, every substance has got its stored energy. See, ये जो atoms and molecules हैं, उनके अंदर क्या होता है? Bond. अभी वो equilibrium state है, coal ले लिया समझो. Coal is in equilibrium state. But now when you are, let us say, burning it, then they are breaking, the bonds are breaking. Okay? And when the bond is breaking, enormous energy is released. We heat energy.
So can we say that chemical energy will derive from mechanical energy?
नहीं.
Because the
It takes millions of years. Nature का part है. Fossil fuels, petroleum. It takes millions of years for them to generate.
But so we can't really say that burn down all the fossil fuels cause them to form the bonds and
Obviously, some kind of work is going on. But that is such a slow process that it takes thousands of years. So once the fossil fuel stock is exhausted, then we have no energy. That's why we are actually exploring different energy avenues. Okay, like solar energy, all the green energy, etc. Okay. So we are reducing our reliance on fossil fuel. That's why you have lots of EVs, electric vehicles on the road. So they operate on
batteries.
batteries.
Batteries are chemical energy.
Not necessarily. Batteries are stored chemical energy, but we are not burning. We are not burning them. It is converted into electrical.
Electrical.
When you burn, it is converted into heat and then mechanical. तो उसमें बहुत pollution भी होता है. ठीक है? So we are just changing the processes now. We are adopting processes which are less polluting and more environment friendly. ठीक है? Is that clear? क्या हो गया भाई? क्या आया दिमाग में? कुछ कॉमेडी है तो बताओ. So chemical or fuel energy, समझ में आ रहा है. Hydro energy.
Energy process into water.
जो डैम में we store water, so water at a height has potential energy. So now we will release water. Hydro energy क्या है? Energy possessed by moving water. So moving water is passed to rotate turbine. Okay, it will rotate turbine. That turbine is connected to electric generator. So electricity is produced. Generator is something that will produce electrical energy. Right? Now, what is electrical energy as such?
Energy possessed by electrons moving electrons.
Right.
Because of electrical energy, current flows. Moving electrons are current. So for current, we require cell or battery. So cell and battery is the it is the source of electrical energy.
Sir, but electricity
When cell is not when cell is not in use, it is storing energy in the chemical form.
Yes.
But when you are using it, then chemical is not flowing. What is flowing is electric current. So chemical energy, cell, where chemical energy is converted into electrical energy.
Sir, but electricity by itself is just moving electrons, right?
Yes, but how that capability came? Now I'll tell you. So go home, take a comb or a scale, rub it on your hair, and have some pieces of paper. That comb will now attract the small pieces of paper. So this is now electrostatic force. It's not magnetic. You wipe your hand on the scale. So what you did by this is called frictional electricity. Okay? When you rubbed it, there is some friction.
Yes.
So there is a mechanical work being done.
Yes.
Okay. Due to friction, what is happening? Let us say I am rubbing this on my here. It is a plastic or a comb. Look here. When I am rubbing it here, then some electron exchange is taking place between the hair and this body.
Yes.
Okay. So now the charge is disturbed now. So the one which loses electrons. Okay. Initially the net charge was 0 because every free substance has equal number of positive and negative charges. So what is the net charge here right now? Nothing. But this work, mechanical work which I did on it, Okay, due to which the loosely bonded electron, either in the air or in this substance, they will change bodies. Now the charge configuration is no more balanced. So one body will have excess of electron, the other will have deficiency of electron.
Yes.
So the one with less electron will have excess of positive charge. Now this body got positively charged. So it is electrically charged now.
And the attack negatively charged.
And this the other one is negatively charged. How did the charging happen? On its own?
Transfer of electrons.
Does it happen on its own?
Because of
Mechanical. So mechanical energy is now converted into electrical energy. Now these are now charged bodies. Okay. So now if I place a conductor between them, so conductor has a lot of free electrons. So the positive charge will now pull electron in the conductor towards itself. So these two charged bodies are capable of displacing or making the electron move. Understood? So here the electrical work is being done, because now what is being moved here? Not a mechanical body, it's now electron. Got it? And that's how the current flow will take place. So this charged body I created through mechanical work. Likewise in cell, the mechanical work is done by electrolyte.
Yes.
So that undergoes, so cell में क्या होता है? Cell के अंदर you have an electrolyte and you have electrodes, right? So this is a very important concept. Cell के अंदर, how do you get positive and negatively charged electrodes? Initially the electrodes are neutral. Are the electrodes being rubbed on each other? No. यहाँ पे जो electrolyte होता है, समझो you have H2SO4. Now this is in diluted form. In diluted form, they will appear as ions, charged ions. So they are mobile charged ions. This is a dilute H2SO4. So let us say this electrode is copper and zinc. Okay. So what happens? The H2++ will react with copper, and it will pull 2 electrons from copper, and it will convert into hydrogen gas. So due to which this will become positively charged, because it lost 2 electrons to hydrogen ion, and this moves out as a gas. So it will keep on reacting with copper till equilibrium is reached. This electrode will become sufficiently positively charged that now when these ions are trying to react, it will repel it away. Okay. Likewise, this sulfate ion or sulfur, what is it? Okay, this will react here. So it has extra electron. It is deposited on the zinc electrodes. Now these electrodes are chosen very carefully, such that one substance has tendency to gain electron, the other one has tendency to lose electron. So this is arrived at through experimentation. So what are we doing now? In a cell, because of chemical reaction, now we have 2 charged bodies. Now if I connect any conductor out here, then the current flow will take place. This electron will come from here to here. It will come here. Okay. So this negatively charged body is said to be at low potential, and this is said to be at high potential. So now there is a potential difference created. Potential difference.
And the electrons will flow from the negatively charged to positively charged.
Exactly. And we say the conventional current is flowing from positive to negative, from high to low, by convention. Actually, electron is flowing from low to high, but by convention we say current is flowing from here. This also is studied in 9.
Yes.
So what is now this potential? This is electric potential energy. It is not mechanical potential. Why electric potential? Because of chemical reaction, the charge are deposited here. So you have, H2++ here and this negative. Why it is not coming and reacting with it? Because the chemical reaction is taking place in such a way. So chemical energy is at work here. These charges are created due to chemical reaction. So nobody is, physically or mechanically working here. It is, this charge creation is due to chemical reaction. That's how chemical energy is now stored as electrical energy. Now the moment we have conducting path with a switch, right? This is not in action. Potential energy, it is stored here. The moment there is a conducting path, स्विच को ऑन कर दिया तो क्या हो जाएगा? The current flow, kinetic. Potential to now, kinetic. Current motion is kinetic now. Like your mechanic में ball move हो रहा. समझ आ गया? ये फंडा है. यही फंडा समझ में नहीं आता लोगों को.
Sir, but can't the electrons also flow through the solution?
They are flowing through the solution. Otherwise, how will it?
They are flowing both through the wire and the solution.
No. So the current flow is taking place same only. Right. But the charges inside this are ions.
Right.
Both positive and negative ions.
Correct.
Whereas in the conductor it is electrons.
Okay.
So what happens is, let us say this electron flows. It goes and neutralizes.
Yes.
Then reaction again. So equilibrium disturbed.
Ah.
Again reacts and balances.
Okay.
Got it?
So it keeps on circulating.
So every electrolyte has a what is it called? Lifetime.
Yes.
Every chemical reaction has a lifetime. So as long as it can supply the charges back to the electrodes, the battery is usable or cell is usable.
So as long as the reaction is active, it still keeps going.
Yes. Equilibrium. It will maintain the potential difference has to be maintained through the chemical reaction. So when the current is drawn, that's when the electron will be supplied through chemical reaction. Outside electrical current is flowing, and inside chemical reaction, it's a parallel activity going on. So as long as electrolyte has reacting ability, till then you can use the cell. Okay. Now there are two types of cell, primary and secondary. So primary you cannot recharge it. Okay, secondary you can recharge. So electrolyte will lose its strength. Like mobile, after 24 hours the electrolyte becomes weak. Then you have to recharge it. So then the current flows inside the electrolyte, and it why charging? Those charges that it lost. Every time the charge is lost, supplied by electrolyte. Now current is given, all the charges are fed back into electrolyte.
Okay.
Understood? So that is like, so chemical reactions are also two types. What are they? Reversible and irreversible. So primary uses irreversible, whereas secondary uses reversible. Now this was not explained to you in 9th. So now you understand it. Okay? I had explained here, but those who have directly come in 10, so उनको ये challenge आता है. ठीक है? Now is it clear now?
Yes.
So this is how. So electrical energy. Then we have nuclear energy. Now what is nuclear energy?
Energy possessed by nucleus of an atom.
So the difference between electrical energy So here the electrical energy is due to chemical reaction, right? The chemical reaction energy is of the order of electron volts at the atomic level. Chemical reaction takes place due to the orbiting electrons in the outer shell of the electrons.
Yes.
Whereas protons and neutrons lie within the nucleus. Okay? So the energy possessed by the proton is of the order of million electron volt. So if you look at the difference in scale of chemical energy and nuclear energy, it's million times more. That's why nuclear weapon is highly destructive.
Yes.
Whereas all these missiles, etc., are based on chemical reaction. So the impact is plain calculation million times more. Okay? So more on nuclear energy later, the last chapter of this book. Right? Then you have geothermal energy. Now here heat energy is exploited. So in Earth's crust, nuclear reaction are taking place. So it's going on.
Yes.
Deep in the core of Earth, right? So those molten lava, etc., right? When the water table comes in contact with it, right? So it converts the water into steam. That steam can be drilled out. You lay pipelines there, so the steam can come out from there. So now you have ready-made steam. You don't have to heat water to create steam and then turn steam turbine and then connect to generator. So that geothermal energy can directly be used to produce electricity. So the most used form of energy today is electricity. Okay, it can be produced by burning fuel, to heat water, to produce steam, to run your generator. So that will cause a lot of pollution. That is thermal power. You must have heard, no? Thermal power plant and hydro power plant. So hydro power plant is clean energy, whereas thermal power plant is not. You're burning fuel to run your electric generator. Okay. So geothermal energy can be, but in India we don't have sites where we have enough geothermal energy, right? But in US, etc. Okay, wind energy is there. This is also clean source of energy. But then not in all geographies of our country we have wind at a certain minimum velocity.
Yes.
So have you seen windmills?
Yes.
Right? If you travel towards Shirdi or Nashik,
Yes.
so you have so many windmills. And anybody from Gujarat here on the coast, Dwarka, he is into it. No? Okay. So the west coast, right till Tamil Nadu, Tamil Nadu hai kya is tarah? Coimbatore side. So you see lots of wind farms. So it cannot be put up in every place. There has to be minimum speed of air. Okay. I think is the speed given. And plus these things are very expensive also. Then you have sound energy. What creates sound? Vibration. Like our vocal cord. Air coming out of lungs is setting the vocal cord in vibration. So that's sound energy. So now, how to convert one form of energy into other? You have magnetic energy also. So you have seen magnets.
Yes.
Magnet also can pull or push anything.
Yes.
So anything which is capable of displacing anything is capable of doing work. Right? So that is magnetic energies are possessed by magnet. And mechanical, so anything which is in motion has that. Now what is important is conversion. So question may come on this, right? So there are some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this way, okay, conversion from this to this way is 1 and this way. So 12 conversions are in front of you. So question is, how to convert energy from one form to other form? You require a device. Okay, you need a device. Like how to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy? By using a dynamo. Dynamo. You are moving the dynamo. Dynamo is like in the bicycle, etc. Small gadgets. The bigger thing is what generator. At a commercial scale, dynamo is a small portable generator. Like in a bicycle, bicycle का टायर मूव हो रहा है, उसमें तुमने डायनामो पे गियर लगा के व्हील रोटेट कर रहे हो with the friction. So then it generates electricity. Okay. And on the other side, electrical to mechanical is motor.
Yes.
Okay. So that way. So just read through all the energy conversion. What is the second energy conversion? Electrical energy to heat energy. Like we have electric iron.
Yes.
So electric to heat. Then heat energy to electrical energy. For that we use thermocouple. Right? What is thermocouple? So you see in thermocouple, so what is a thermocouple? This is thermocouple. These are two different metallic strips, right? The joint is two different metals and they are dipped in liquids at different temperature. Okay, so when these two junctions are dipped in different temperature, so due to temperature difference, potential difference is created. Okay, so this is called thermocouple.
Power plants.
हाँ?
Thermocouple will be used in geothermal power plants, no?
नहीं जियोथर्मल में तो स्टीम डायरेक्टली बाहर आ रहा है ना तुम्हारा. यहाँ पे see there are various ways of creating potential difference. Potential difference मतलब differently charged bodies. अब यहाँ पे टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस की वजह से भी चार्ज सेपरेशन होता है एंड दीज टू आर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ नहीं दिस इज सेम मेटल्स वो एक अलग उसका कुछ अलग है दिस इज द सेम मेटल जस्ट द जॉइंट्स आर एट डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर वेट अ मिनट नो इट दीज आर डिफरेंट मेटल्स ओनली टू डिफरेंट मेटल्स
Okay.
गलत हो गया बुक में दिया नहीं है दीज आर टू डिफरेंट मेटल्स okay when they are at different temperatures इसका temperature T1 है और इसका temperature T2 so at different temperatures इसमें ना potential difference create हो जाता है so there are so many ways of creating potential difference ये हो गया एक thermocouple का तो ये कैसे हो रहा है due to temperature difference तो heat की वजह से ठीक है heat to electricity next electrical energy to sound energy किसमें speaker ठीक है एंड साउंड टू इलेक्ट्रिकल माइक्रोफोन माइक में हम बोलते हैं वो इलेक्ट्रिकल फॉर्म में स्टोर हो जाता है साउंड रिकॉर्डिंग इज साउंड टू इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड व्हेन यू आर लिसनिंग टू एनी रिकॉर्डेड म्यूजिक इट इज इलेक्ट्रिकल टू साउंड एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल टू केमिकल चार्जिंग ऑफ अ सेल ओके इलेक्ट्रिकल टू केमिकल एंड व्हेन सेल इज यूज्ड देन इट इज chemical to electrical when cell we are using we are drawing current out of it okay then it is the opposite chemical to light burning candle any burning thing is chemical energy is used and whatever you are getting light and heat and then light to chemical so photosynthesis okay so you be very careful about these questions these conversions then electrical to light में क्या है electric bulb and light to electrical is photocell on the street lights you have lot of solar cells right solar cells are made up of so many photocells so your solar panel you must have seen right
Yes.
so on a solar panel you will see that it looks like a matrix
Yes.
right so each of this is one photocell one solar cell okay and there are so many of them so one photocell can't create enough potential difference so then they are added in series okay so each of them series and parallel okay they are added in parallel so ऐसा कर करके मान लो हमारे पास इतना ही ठीक है अब इन दोनों के बीच में जो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस है वो साइजेबल हो जाता है सबका ऐड कर दिया ठीक है सबको ऐड कर दिया इसके लिए पैनल लेते हैं इसको क्या बोलते हैं पैनल इंडिविजुअली इट इज कॉल्ड सोलर फोटोसेल्स दिस इज कॉल्ड सोलर पैनल सो पैनल कंसिस्ट ऑफ सो मेनी फोटोसेल्स तो फोटोसेल का क्या काम है इट कन्वर्ट्स लाइट एनर्जी डायरेक्टली इनटू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी लाइट टू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अब इसके अंदर तो कुछ भी लोड फिक्स कर दो चल जाएगा इट विल स्टार्ट डूइंग ओके ठीक है सो देयर आर सो मेनी ऐसे ही बहुत सारे दिए हुए हैं सो नाउ यू शुड रीड इट योरसेल्फ अगर कोई चीज नहीं समझा तो फिर से पूछ लेना now let us see what are the okay in the end note for a note very important what is the note somebody read it loud
Whenever mechanical energy changes to other forms, it is always in the form of kinetic energy and not in the form of potential energy. That is the stored potential energy first changes to kinetic energy and then kinetic energy changes to other desired forms.
ठीक है तो पहले पोटेंशियल एनर्जी काइनेटिक में चेंज होगा फिर काइनेटिक से किसी दूसरे ठीक है मैकेनिकल ठीक है ओके गो अहेड
Number 2, radiated energy. While transforming energy from one form to another desired form, the entire energy does not change into the desired form. A part of this energy changes either to some undesirable form, usually heat due to friction, or a part is lost due to the surrounding due to radiation, and is thus of no use to us. This conversion of energy to the undesirable or non-useful form is called dissipation of energy. Since this part of energy is not available to us for any productive purpose, so we call this part of energy as degraded form of energy.
Degraded form of energy. अब यहाँ पे degraded form क्या है मेरे को बताओ?
Heat on
Exactly.
heat हो जाता है.
हाँ. ये fan use करोगे, when you touch it, इसमें heat भी है ना? Moving part में हमेशा क्या होता है? Two parts, there is friction. तो हमको पूरे का पूरा rotation नहीं मिला, कुछ heat में भी चला गया. तो वो हमारे लिए unuseful. वैसे light bulb जब जलाते हो, it is not totally converted into light. Some heat is also created. तो जो भी heat हो रहा है, वो सारे का सारा waste है. और वो हम recover भी नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वो चला गया किसमें? Atmosphere. That's why it is called unuseful form or degraded form of energy. Okay. All right. So we have roughly about how much? 10 minutes.
Yes, yes.
चलो उसमें कुछ numericals हो जाए. This is also very big, right? So let's do that. How many questions are there?
23.
23 or 24?
23.
Okay. So let's take the first one. We do odd questions. So क्या दिया क्वेश्चन में?
Yes, man. Please read.
Two bodies of equal masses are placed at height h and 2h. Find the ratio of their gravitational potential and
ठीक है? So simple. So what is U1 upon U2 is equal to mgh upon mg2h.
2
तो ये खत्म हो जाएगा. क्या हो गया? 1 by.
1h2.
ठीक है? So find the gravitational. अभी क्या है? Next is 3. So first was a very easy question. Yes, from this side. Third question.
A box of mass 300 kg has gravitational potential energy stored in it equal to 29,400 joules. Find the height of the box above the ground.
इसको हंसी क्यों आ रही है?
I don't know, sir.
300 kg दिया हुआ है. What is given? Given. M is equal to 300 kg. और क्या दिया? Potential energy stored is equal to how much is U? 29. 400 joule. Unit of energy is joule, right? Then what else is given? Gravity given is 9.8.
Yes.
You have to find h equal to what, right?
Yeah, the h.
Find the height of the box above the ground. So U is equal to mgh.
10.
H क्या होगा? U by m. Niकाल दो.
10.
3 9 is 27. 8 is 24. 98 by 9. ये 10 आ जाएगा. 980 by 90 10. 10 मीटर आ जाएगा. ठीक है?
Yes, I know.
So here I did give you the formula summary. Formula summary क्या है इसमें? एक तो U equal to mgh है.
And
फिर
K
U
is equal to
delta
R.
U is equal to mg h2 minus h1 है.
Yes.
ठीक है? और K is equal to half mg square.
Or half m minus
और delta K is equal to W है ना, मतलब W equal to delta V.
Yes, Arnav, please read the next question for us.
ठीक है, और क्या है, P is equal to 2m बस इतने फॉर्मूले,
Yes.
ठीक है, और P is also equal to mv, ये भी याद रख लेना. These are the formulas to be remembered while solving numerical from this part. Yes, question 5. Why don't you read question 5?
Calculate the height to which a body of mass 0.5 kg is lifted with the energy spent in doing so is 1 joule.
So straightforward. Do we need to do this question? Question 5. mgh.
0.2.
U equal to mgh, है ना? And you have to solve it for h. Similar question. चलो next 7.
Arnav, please read. A vessel containing 50 kg of water is placed at a height of 15 meters above the ground. Assuming the gravitational potential energy at ground level is zero, what will be the gravitational potential energy of water in the vessel?
Jawab. क्या होगा? mgh.
Easy check it.
और क्यों हंस रहा है? सबको हंसी क्यों आ रही है आज?
सर वो उसको क्वेश्चन का टाइम आता है तो फिर पीछे आंसर चेक करता है, बोलते हैं मल्टीप्लाई करना है आंसर
मल्टीप्लाई करना. ठीक है, इसमें क्या करना है? mgh.
हाँ तो वही मैं बोल रहा था देखो मल्टीप्लाई करना पीछे चेक किया
उसने फॉर्मूला
चेक करो आ रहा है क्या? mgh से आंसर आ रहा है.
हाँ
सर उसने फॉर्मूला यूज किया ऊपर जानते
15 into 5.
7500.
ठीक है, G भी 10 दिया हुआ तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. 15 5 जा 75, 750 into
Sir, I
10.
was correct, he was wrong.
क्वेश्चन 7. यहाँ पे भी U equal to mgh लगेगा. फिर 7 में क्या लग रहा है? यहाँ पे भी यही. 7 कितना है तुम्हारा? 75 into G कितना है? 10. H कितना है? 50. 75 कि 70?
सर मैच 50
50. और वो क्या है? ये कितना होगा? 15 minus 75. 0. Yes.
500.
Okay, चलो. ये जो 6 और 8 वाला है उसमें ये फॉर्मूला यूज होगा. ये वाला. क्वेश्चन 6 में कौन सा यूज होगा? डेल्टा U. mg h2 minus h2. 8 में भी वही यूज होगा. ठीक है, so you read the question. फॉर्मूला क्या यूज होगा? इजी, जो अननोन है वो इससे पता कर लोगे. अब आते हैं हम 9th में. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन 9 क्या दिया इसके अंदर? 9 में ये क्वेश्चन है डायग्राम वाला. डायग्राम वाला क्वेश्चन है ना.
यस यस
First the 500.
तो 3 मीटर एंड 5 मीटर ये दिया ना. 3 and 5 मीटर. ठीक है, क्या बोल रहा है क्वेश्चन में? ब्लॉक ए वेइंग 100 न्यूटन. ठीक है, 100 न्यूटन इसका वेट है. इज पुल्ड अप अ स्लोप ऑफ लेंथ 5 मीटर by means of constant force. तो F इज इक्वल टू कितना है 100 न्यूटन, ठीक है। और वेट कितना है ब्लॉक का, वेट क्या होता है mg, क्या होता है mg, so mg is equal to how much, weight of block है w is equal to mg equal to कितना है, वेट भी 100 है, ओके ये भी 100 है। अच्छा पोटेंशियल एनर्जी में एक चीज मैं बोलना भूल गया, खाली हाइट पे डिपेंड करता है, मतलब अगर तुम ऐसे लेके जा रहे हो तो भी उसका पोटेंशियल एनर्जी mgh ही होगा, 3 मीटर लेना होगा, ठीक है। इस क्वेश्चन को हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में सीखेंगे, ठीक है।
मेरी स्क्रीन कितनी साफ सुथरी है, फैंसी बोल रहा है।